Thank you, John. Opening. The Dodgers and D-backs will hand the baseball to a pair of old left-handed frenemies, Clayton Kershaw and Madison Bumgarner. Hello from inside the booth at Dodger Stadium next to the Bulldog Oral Hershiser. I'm Stephen Nelson sitting in for Joe, and we have Kirsten Watson downstairs as always. But Oral, the guys have been talking about it all day. You have to savor these opportunities to watch one and all-time legend in Clayton Kershaw against somebody who he's sort of tied to in his career, Madison Bumgarner. These guys have accomplished a lot in opposing dugouts.
Yeah, friends off the field, but on the field, they're going to go toe-to-toe. And you know what? It has gone really well for Clayton Kershaw against Madison and his old teammates with the Giants, but it's gone even better here at home. And against the Diamondbacks, he has completely dominated. On the other side of the field, warming up Madison Bumgarner, it's been tough for him since being in the Arizona uniform. But against the Dodgers, if he's going to be effective tonight, we're going to see a lot of changeups and a lot of breaking balls because they have really hit his fastball.
It is the 12th time that Mad Bum and Kirsch will square off, but the first since Bumgarner changed uniforms and now plays for the D-backs. Let's go downstairs and say hello to Kirsten, who has a special guest on a special night for the Freeman family.
I sure do. It is Freddie Freeman bobblehead night, and I have his wife, Chelsea Freeman. You just saw your son, Charlie, out there throw that first pitch. How special to see your boys out here having so much fun and being so talented.
I know. I feel like it's all, like, it's the best thing that you could possibly see. Like, it's so sweet. It's memories that we'll never forget. I really can't describe it. It's just like so touching.
It is so beautiful. But now, when Freddie goes out there, the fans, they chant Freddie, 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 and it's amazing. How has this organization and these fans welcomed you and your family?
It's been incredible. It's truly more than we ever could have imagined. We feel the love every time he comes up. It's incredible. That's all I can say.
It's absolutely amazing. And Charlie is definitely a future first-round draft pick. Cannot wait to see where he goes. All right, guys, let's get back upstairs to you.
Thank you, Kirsten. We appreciate Chelsea Freeman. Yeah, Charlie is everybody's favorite Freeman, let's be honest. That means there's a few aces on the mound at Dodger Stadium between Charlie, Kershaw, and Mad Bum. Clayton's got the first pitch next.
Nemesis Madison Bumgarner. Really a historic matchup between two of the most decorated pitchers of this generation, meeting for the 12th time in history. But this is the first time since Bumgarner signed with the Diamondbacks that he's facing off against Kershaw. You look at the numbers, they're both really good numbers, Nomar, across the board when they face each other. Does that sometimes bring out the best in you when you're going up against someone that you know is going to be really tough?
Yeah, it's definitely something you're aware of. You know that you're going to have to go out there and compete. I think even from pitcher to pitcher, they go, okay, I know my opposing pitcher puts up a lot of zeros, so I'm going to have to do the same thing. So you know you have to take it up a notch. So it makes it fun as a hitter that you're going to have to face great pitchers like these two guys.
Yeah, you always love these matchups as a hitter. You love the challenge, and I know Clayton and Madison Bumgarner love these type of challenges as well.
Clayton Kershaw's got his game face on. He is ready for his first starts of the 2023 season, beginning his 16th year as a Dodger. First pitch with Stephen and Oral is coming up right after this.
Torey Lovello will turn the keys to Kyle Lewis, the designated hitter who was the hero in Game 2 at the pinch hit go-ahead home run in the 8th inning. He'll lead off in front of Ketel Marte, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., talented prospect Corbin Carroll batting 6th and playing in right field. Here is the front door expert approach. Oral, tell us more about year 16 for Clayton Kershaw.
Year 16, and those stats against Arizona have been built the whole time, but they haven't been built the same way. You've got to think about all the adjustments that Clayton has made throughout his dominant career to stay dominant. We know about the invention of the slider early on to complement the curveball and the fastball. Then there were a lot of fastballs into right-handed hitters where they started to adapt to him. But now, at this point in his life, well, there's a lot of first pitch sliders. There's more sliders than fastballs. And now there's not as many fastballs into righties on the glove side. Almost 50% of his fastballs last year went to the arm side using both sides of the plate.
That came to us StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. One of the all-time greats in Clayton Kershaw. Career ERA of 2.48, the best of any pitcher to debut Going back to 1920 with at least 2,000 innings of work. His first pitch is in there for a strike to Kyle Lewis. We're playing ball at Dodger Stadium. Gets a call in the outside corner, and he's ahead 0-2. We talked a lot about Lewis's journey back to the big leagues, back to health. And you see the heavy knee brace on his right leg. He's had a couple operations on that in recent seasons. And so from a Dodgers standpoint, that home run, tough to watch. But from the objective baseball and human standpoint, good for Kyle Lewis last night. And Kershaw begins 2023 with a K.
And public enemy number one. He threw him a curveball earlier. He finishes him with the curveball. Clayton getting into a pitcher's count very early. One of the top guys in all of baseball with first pitch strikes.
He's watched Clayton Kershaw throw 18 1/3 innings in the spring. Struck out 16. Walked a pair in 4 turns. Count even at 1 against Ketel Marte, the second baseman.
This pitch clock will not affect Clayton at all, as we see the depth in that slider down and in to the back knee.
Ground ball left side fair. Muncy with a long throw. Freeman applies the tag, and there's out number 2.
One of the reasons they enlarged the bag there to make the runner and the first baseman a little safer. Muncy's throw takes Freeman up the line and into the line, but plenty of time. Marte avoiding the tag, but still had enough base there to touch. Freddie not in the way at all.
Now the left fielder, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Was viewed as the quote-unquote secondary piece with Gabriel Moreno, a talented catcher in that offseason deal for Dalton Varsho. But you think back just a handful of years when he was with the Blue Jays, as Kershaw gets strike 1 at the bottom of the zone. I remember having a conversation with Charlie Montoyo, the old manager of the Blue Jays, now the bench coach for the White Sox. Kershaw delivers the 1-1, and that's hit sharply at Max Muncy. And I should know, you don't start a story with 2 outs. 1-2-3 first inning for Clayton Kershaw. The Dodgers and Mookie Betts up next.
This year, and Austin Barnes at the bottom, and of course Trace Thompson in there.
Time for the bounty quick stats on Madison Bumgarner, whose first pitch is a ball inside to Mookie Betts. You see what he's done against the Dodgers, and started in dominant fashion over 29 games. The last dozen, different results because he's been a different pitcher.
Yeah, there's depleted velocity, and which takes away a little bit of the sharpness. If he's going to have success against the Dodgers, when he's had success as far as the batting average, it's been the off-speed stuff.
Mookie Betts lines the 2-0, but it hooks fouled.
The cutter and fastball, like Mookie just picked on, is something that they are not missing the last 3 years. Madison now 33 with this arsenal. You're going to see a lot of cutters and 4-seamers, but they'll be edgy, I would think. And he will try and throw more strikes with the curveball and the changeup to put those in play and just kind of spot the cutter and the fastball.
Yeah, talking to the D-backs coaches, they say when you first got to know Madison Bumgarner, he was grip it and rip it. You know, rip the fastball, rip the slider down. He's having to navigate different waters now and navigate lineups differently. Mookie on the 2-2, hit to left center at the wall. Off the top of the wall. And Betts has a leadoff double. The Dodgers are saying that's a round tripper.
We'll take a look at it, and so will the umpires if Dave Roberts wants them to look at it. Slightly off the end of the bat, but had great backspin and carry. Looks like it stays in there. Mookie was the solo performer, really, as far as the Dodgers yesterday on the offensive end. He hit 1 out, and that was their only run. This one, top of the wall. Are going to take a look.
We have a crew chief review on the call, and Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
got a
got
crew
you.
chief review on the call of home run.
Hunter Reynolds said the mic works just fine. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's over the wall and gets deflected from a fan. We shall see. The gentleman in the stands looks like he's like, oh, no, I had it. I couldn't really visually see the impact, but the reaction was like, it hit my hands and I could have caught it.
He's going to want that one back.
Yeah, and if they determine it hit his hands, they still have to see the angle of it. Would it have cleared the wall?
Oh, Bubba, no.
It could be fan interference, again, a ground rule double, or it could be a home run if they think the angle and where his hands were, that it would have been over the wall.
And this is not a challenge. This is a crew chief review.
It's going to be interesting because when it hits his fingers, it comes straight down. On the padding part, there's another cement wall behind the padding, so there's some thickness there to that wall that there might have to make some assumptions.
So Mookie last night, his first hit, also happened to be his first home run in 2023. At the time, he gave the Dodgers a 1-0 lead in the 7th before Lewis flipped the scoreboard in the 8th. Now we're waiting to see if he's got a leadoff home run in the 1st to give LA a 1-0 lead.
Pitch clock has been magnificent as far as pace of game. This has now been the longest thing that we've watched, which is umpire reviews.
That's right. The challenge, the first challenge last night for the D-backs.
Yep. Looks like we're about to get an answer.
At the very least, Oral, what the last few swings for Mookie, because the first game and a half, it just didn't look like he was comfortable or seeing the ball well.
Well, he left the WBC not feeling very well, but got back under the tutelage of Robert Van Scoyac and around the partner
After
of his.
review, the call is overturned. We have fan interference. The runner will be placed at second base.
So what that means is they thought it would have been a home run, but the fan interference took away 2 bases from the Dodgers in a run.
It seemed like the vast majority of fans thought the reverse.
Yes.
Because Mookie's been standing on second, they thought the call was double. And so overturn meant home run, when in fact the initial call was home run.
Yeah.
But after review, fan interference. So leadoff double for Mookie Betts.
On the road, it might have been a home run. At home, they're like, sorry. Your fan didn't help you out. But Mookie swing feeling better. J.D. Martinez looked at some video, helped him out, figured some things out in the cage, starting to feel much better. We've seen some results last night with a home run and now this double.
Freddie fouls away, strike 2. Ground ball right side. Freeman hustling down. A flip from Marte, not in time. Good effort from Marte at second. Better hustle from Freddie. And the Dodgers are at the corners. Nobody out in the 1st.
Busting it out of the box, just trying to get it to the right side, move Mookie over, but he hits it so softly and gets it by the pitcher that his head is going down first base like his bobblehead tonight. Ends up with an infield single. Get on your horse.
Well, they gave Freddie the show teeth on the bobblehead. Bobblehead night here at Dodger Stadium. J.D. Martinez gets out of the way of ball 1.
The first baseman gets the first bobblehead.
Fun night for the Freeman's whole family here. Charlie throwing out the first pitch. Martinez in front of that. 1-1 now. J.D. straight to start his Dodgers career, facing Madison Bumgarner. We've seen in 25 ABs previous to this one, he's 4 for 25, 160 clip. Swings through strike 2.
Getting ahead, at least staying even from Mad Bum is huge, because he is wanting to get you to chase like that last pitch and last swing.
He does it again. Martinez down on strikes.
Sometimes when velocity is down for certain pitchers, the ball looks so much bigger to the hitters. They have a tendency to chase because they see the ball so well, and Mad Bum used that against him.
So we describe Bumgarner and Kershaw as frenemies, friends off the field, competitors on the field. For Bumgarner and Max Muncy, definitely old foes. Max, where's the first pitch? It loads the bases for the Dodgers. Still just one out. And Dodgers fans, they're booing because they know the history.
Well, go get it out of the ocean. And Mad Bum was upset, maybe with the pacing of the jog around the bases, and Max had a retort. This a slow curveball that never makes it back to the plate, and no intention of hitting it.
So now Chris Taylor, he swings at the first pitch, high fly ball, shallow right field. Carroll drifts over. Mookie will tag. The throw off the mark. Sacrifice fly, and the Dodgers lead 1-0. Up 2 down for Miguel Vargas. Ball 1 down. 6 plate appearances for Vargas. He's reached 6 times. Or you can call me out. Did I just say 6 and 6?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm not going to call you.
No, your face did it for you. 6 and 8 for Vargas.
There you go.
Ball 3.
He has been very good at getting a few hits, but also been an amazing eye. He and James Outman, those 2 youngsters, have really shown great plate discipline. Outman not in there today with the lefty on the mound.
Takes ball 4. And the patience, more of it from Vargas.
Center field, 25, Trace Thompson.
Bases loaded once again. Now it's Trace Thompson's turn in his 2023 debut.
Situation where Trace wants to get better than last year. He was under 200 his batting average against lefties. He had reverse splits. Really made a dent against righties, and a huge impact in a lot of clutch situations. And here early on with 2 out, bases loaded, you can call it clutch.
Dodgers already lead 1-0 after Chris Taylor's sacrifice fly. Oh, Bumgarner wants to go. You see John Tumpain, plate umpire tonight. Don't take it easy. Thompson takes ball or strike 1.
Now, there was no penalty with that discussion right there. It was a warning about quick pitching Thompson. And we've seen that called prior to 8 seconds when the hitter has to be attentive to the pitcher.
Trace on the 0-1 pitch. Did you? Grand slam, Trace Thompson. Said it. Even though it's the first inning, a clutch situation for Trace Thompson, and he delivers. 5-0 Dodgers.
A little different than last year's production against lefties. The first lefty he sees is Mad Bum. And boy, on the second pitch, it got real dangerous out there in the left field pavilion. Incoming baseball.
Rojas ahead of Bumgarner, 2-0. So one of the themes in game 2 with the missed opportunities for the Dodgers offense, they are cashing in early here on Saturday.
The cutter that he was trying to catch that outside corner, and he did catch the outside corner, but Trace with those long arms and that bat reached it easily and pulled it right over the wall.
And then a 2-out walk for Rojas, so the Dodgers not done.
Brent Strom with a visit, a veteran visiting a veteran.
Hold on. I can't hear you guys are saying, make some noise!
Yeah, on Friday night, the Dodgers left 12 on base, 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position after going 5 for 11 with 6 ribbies on opening night.
Well, when the Dodgers have made him throw strikes, that's when they've hurt him. J.D. Martinez chased out of the strike zone. The other out, the sac fly to right, was the first pitch to Chris Taylor. But other than that, the guys have been making him get it over.
At the bottom of the order, Austin Barnes.
Last pitch to Austin was the cutter away, but that one was down to Austin compared to the one that Trace hit out was up.
Loses a 1-1 up and away, 2 balls and a strike.
Such a subtle difference at the big league level between a ball being up and a ball being down. I mean, you can talk to the top of the knee to the bottom of the knee, that's down. But as soon as you get into that quadricep, that large muscle on your thigh, that ball's considered up. That's the sweet spot for hitters. And then once you get around belt high or slightly above belt high, you can start to find holes in hitters' swings because you're getting into a place where you crowd them. And then if you could go higher than that, then you're going to need an undisciplined hitter because that ball is a ball out of hand. But the undisciplined hitter reads it as a possible strike.
Full count on Barnes.
We've seen these over the last few years with Clayton where he doesn't like to sit. And the other thing we've seen with the advent of the pitch clock is we've seen him busted out of the dugout on the very last out so he can get a few extra warm-ups.
The 3-2 to Barnes, popped up on the infield. Now just beyond it, Ketel Marte. That ends the first inning. The Dodgers score 5 on 3 hits. The biggest hit, a grand slam homer for Trace Thompson. 13 home runs a season ago in 74 games. In his first game in 2023, he hits not just any homer, but a grand slam of a 5-run first inning for the Dodgers. Strike one to Christian Walker. So Kershaw quickly back out there, trying to get back into a rhythm. He went 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Maybe not happy with the weight, but definitely happy with run support. He's even the count at 2 when Kirsch gets at least 4 runs of support in his career. 141-3. He hasn't required much. Now Walker hits that one hard on the 2-2. That's trouble. So a solo home run for the Arizona first baseman. The D-backs on the board. It's now a 5-1 game.
36 home runs last year, 21 on the road. He is the power source for these Diamondbacks. But this was their Achilles heel last year when it came to scoring runs. So many solo home runs for the Diamondbacks last year. They're hoping that they can get some guys on in front of Christian Walker before this happens.
Particularly given Walker's history against Kershaw. That's his 5th career long ball. Tied with Nolan Arenado for the most all time. He's now 9 for 29, so 9 hits, 5 homers in 30 plate appearances. Strike 2 to Evan Longoria. Started the opener, appeared in the second game as a pinch hitter, ripped a double, and came around to score on Kyle Lewis's home run. Back in the starting lineup today.
He looks thinner. He looks more spry, a little friskier. Watching him run, he looked good on that double. Looks like he's going to be happy in Arizona.
Tough take, but a good one there on the 2-2. Now the count is full. Wants to influence not just the future, but this year. Help them win some ball games. It's a strikeout for Kershaw, tipped into the glove. 2nd of the day for 22.
It is a slider, and it's a disappearing slider. We saw that in the final exhibition against the Angels, and it's continuing here tonight.
So 2 punch out for Kershaw, and you know, if Dodger pitchers, they reach 10 Ks, everyone gets a free jumbo jack tomorrow. Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink here in LA. Kershaw ahead of Corbin Carroll, 0-2.
Sometimes it takes some time to get the feel for your curveball. Clayton's got his early here tonight.
Dirty. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kershaw.
More sliders than fastballs throughout the last few years. And this slider, another finishing pitch.
Two out now. Here's Nick Ahmed.
The chance for jumbo jacks last night was not real close, but tonight with Kershaw on the mound and these Diamondbacks got a good shot to get to 10.
But you know, I think Dodger fans will trade the jumbo jack given Dustin May's performance, the efficiency there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not many 3-ball counts from Dustin May. They put the ball in play, but put it in play weekly. Went deeper into a game than he ever has in his whole career, and comes up with 7 shutout innings.
And take away the no decision. That was a perfect building block to kick off his year. 1-2. Strike 3. 3 strikeouts in a row from Kershaw to bounce back after the solo home run from Walker. The Dodgers lead is 4 going to the bottom of the second. Mookie Betts leading off the second. Yeah, if you hopped on late, the Dodgers sent 9 to the plate in a 5-run first inning. Highlight being Trace Thompson's grand slam. Arizona just got on the board thanks to Christian Walker in his first home run of the season. So it's a 4-run game. 1-1 grounded to third. Longoria will retire Mookie.
Number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie singled his first time up. Really busted it down the line. A ball that didn't leave the infield. So he's 1 for 1 on his bobblehead night. Take strike 1 from Bumgarner. Against whom Freddie is now 11 for 45. Freddie puts one in the air, left field. Gurriel will call off Thomas. Quickly 2 down.
Number 28, J.D. Martinez.
Sure was a little bit of a long time between at bats for JD after having a first and third situation and striking out, and especially when he saw the replays and saw they were balls that weren't over the plate. Professional hitter, very prideful, and somebody who absolutely loves to talk baseball and especially hitting.
He's a great conversation. Baseball, life, anything. And it's weird to say this about a 5-time and back-to-back All-Star, but he's trying to recapture his form. The first 52 games last year, it was the same old JD. It's that perennial powerhouse. 1-1 tap foul, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. 345 average at that point, 984 OPS, 8 home runs, 27 ribbies. And Red Sox fans are saying, all right, just another ho-hum year for Martinez. But the slug really dropped off the rest of the way. Another foul ball. Still finished with 117 OPS plus, 100 being league average, but just not what he's accustomed to. Two and two.
Well, the situation couldn't be any better for him to find his place again. With Mookie, with Robert Van Scoyoc, with the great analytics department of the Los Angeles Dodgers, great strength and conditioning department. This is a great place to find it again.
And knowing that this team is going to compete again, it just adds more fuel to the fire for JD. Comes the 3-2 pitch from Bumgarner. Taken low for ball 4. A 2-out walk for Martinez.
Yesterday, the Dodgers had 9 walks. They already have 3 here tonight. The difference between yesterday and today is they're pushing those walks around and scoring them.
Max was hit by a pitch in the first inning. For a ball that didn't curve. A 1 grounded sharply right to Walker, who stepped on the bag at first base. Still a 5-1 game. See, you talked about Oral. Quickly out of the dugout comes Kershaw for the third. all your charbroiled burger wishes come true. Just a perfect Saturday at Dodger Stadium. The first pitch at the top of the third is hit into the corner by Moreno for a leadoff double for the D-back catcher.
Center fielder number 5, Alex Thomas.
So the young backstop not wasting any time.
He's very toolsy behind the plate, and at the plate he's got a lot of power and a lot of plate coverage. Talking to the Arizona people, they say he is going to be a great bad ball hitter. We'll see if that becomes an Achilles heel or something as he keeps his eye-hand coordination intact.
Now the center fielder, Alec Thomas. Strike one from Kershaw at the bottom of the zone. Jeff Bannister, the bench coach for Torey Lovullo and the D-backs, was joking pregame when he first saw Moreno swing the bat. He's like, there's no way this kid's that young. It doesn't make any sense. Just turned 23 in February. Now here's the 22-year-old Thomas, who Arizona folks are just waiting for the Gold Gloves to come out there defensively. Now, see what kind of hitter he can become. Pulls the 0-2 foul into the seats. Born in a bat bag, though. His father, Alan, for nearly 3 decades, he was with the White Sox. He was the head of strength and conditioning there. So he's these big league lights don't phase him. Confident player. Kershaw trying to put him away. 0-2 on a line to center field. Thompson will retreat back. Moreno is going to tag up and head for third. The relay not in time.
It was a good read by Moreno, because as soon as Trace Thompson was about to approach the ball, he could see that he was retreating and didn't have the momentum. So you could see him scamper back to second base, and seeing he's got Trace on his back foot. Even as a catcher, he thought, with my speed, I can make it. Don't make the first or third out at third base.
Now a word from Tax Act.
Tax Act gives you everything you need to file for less.
Tax Act.
Top of the order, and Kyle Lewis, the designated hitter. Strike one. He bullied his way onto the roster with a torrid spring training, even though he didn't play the first 10 games of the spring for the D-backs. Behind Kershaw 0-2 after another swinging strike. 12 games, 12 for 31, 3 homers, 3 doubles, and yeah, you're on the opening day roster.
Well, it's one thing to have a hot spring. It's another thing to have a hot spring and have an early great part of your resume. So a young guy has a hot spring and you go, okay, he just had a hot spring, and he goes back to AAA or AA. A guy who's already performed at the big league level and shows the ability that he used to have, and the pop and the power and the discipline, you go, I can trust this.
The American League Rookie of the Year for Seattle in 2020, the shortened season. Kershaw's 1-2, strike 3, swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Clayton Kershaw.
We've been watching the slider put people away. Now it's the curveball.
5 strikeouts for the Dodgers, 5 away from free jumbo jacks for everybody tomorrow. And a Jack in the Box in the LA area with the purchase of a large beverage. So Moreno still on third base. Kershaw hoping to keep him there. Here's Ketel Marte. Strike one. The foul ball. Kershaw had 0-2. It's a hitter who finished 4th in MVP voting in 2019. Was an all-star that year for the D-backs. He had 329 with a 981 OPS. He was simply awesome. Signed an extension to stay in Arizona because he was a name that everybody was talking about with trade discussions. It didn't matter. Trade deadline, off season. Hey, go get Ketel Marte. He's like, no, I'm going to take myself off that trade block. I want to be here. Got a down 2022, trying to bounce back. Kershaw's 0-2 fools him. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Kersh. Now up to 6 in 3 innings of work. The Dodgers season opening homestand continuing here against the Diamondbacks. It's a 5-1 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 4-game series will conclude tomorrow. Joe will be back in the saddle with the Oral. Taylor got the scoring started today for LA. Sac fly in the 1st inning. That brought home Mookie Betts.
Aggressive in both at bats. The sac fly came on the 1st pitch, and he hacked at that 1st pitch.
Not taking any time, CT, trying to rebound from a 22 season that was the worst of his Dodger career. Getting the start in left field today. Bumgarner's 1-2. Tap to the right side. Bumgarner will flip it to Walker.
Number 17, Miguel Vargas.
Miguel Vargas swings at the 1st pitch and grounds it foul. Can't get over that story from spring where Vargas, it seemed like everybody but him knew he was going to be the starting 2nd baseman for the Dodgers. And Doc had to tell him, yeah, you're on the team, man.
You go out for a spring training game and they still want you in the lineup even though you can't swing the bat, and then you continue once they allow you to swing the bat to be in there every day getting the reps.
He swings it on the 0-2 and delivers a base hit to left field.
His bat to ball skills are off the chart. This is a guy that is going to use the whole field, is going to hit pitches where they're at. He's going to take balls when they're balls, and he's going to swing at strikes. And boy, can he put the barrel of the bat on the ball. I think you're going to watch throughout the years his power grow, his ability to hit the ball of the ballpark to all fields, but a few more to left field with that kind of extension and power.
Strike 1 from Bumgarner to Trace Thompson, who did this in the bottom of the 1st. With the bases loaded.
On the trajectory that he hit it, I wasn't sure it was out, but that cleared by a lot. No chance for fan interference on that ball.
No. Left, no doubt. Behind Bumgarner 0-2 here now. Bumgarner checking on Vargas. Will come home to Thompson. Ball 1 just inside.
On the nights that you know your stuff is a little short, it really gets tough if hitters don't chase. And that's what the Dodgers are doing to Madison Bumgarner.
Stays alive, fouling off a 1-2. Ball 2 down. I mean, in terms of appreciating baseball journeys, you just look at this man's transaction page. You talk about commitment to the game, love for the game. A lot of folks would have packed it up given everything he's been through. Another foul ball in the 2-2.
You are so right. Wait, a little bit like Kyle Lewis on the other side. You know, these are guys that had some injuries, were really top prospects, starting to perform. And they didn't give up.
Just celebrated his 32nd birthday in the middle of March. Bumgarner can't get rid of him. Good battle going here for Thompson against the lefty.
That's the second problem when your stuff's a little short. If they're not chasing, but then when you throw strikes, you can't put them away.
Pitch number 8 coming from Bumgarner to Thompson. He couldn't hold up.
That's a well-located fastball at 90 miles an hour, but that is going up the speed ladder when you've been slowing them down with some other stuff and going away. Trace just couldn't hold up.
Miggy Rowe walked in the first inning. Takes the ball outside. The 1-0 driven to center field where Thomas will wait. And so that'll do it. 3 full in the books at Dodger Stadium. 5-1 Dodgers lead. So far in this matchup against old friends and rivals, Kershaw and Bumgarner, we've seen what we come to expect. Kershaw dominance, Bumgarner fire. The Dodgers on top of the D-backs 5-1 beginning the 4th inning. 3, 4, and 5 in the Arizona order. Fouled away by Lourdes Gurriel. Got to finish that story I started earlier, right?
Go for it.
2018 conversation with Charlie Montoyo, and he's talking about all the young talent on the Blue Jays. And he said, look, we got Vladdy Jr., we got Bo Bichette, we got Biggio. But there are a lot of folks here in Toronto that think Lourdes Gurriel Jr. might be better than all of them. It hasn't played out that way, but it's just some context to show you the ability, the talent that he's got in the tool shed.
Just to be part of that group, but then to get mentioned early on as maybe the most talented guy. Yeah, you can see what Arizona is hoping for. Seeing Clayton go out there, arm side fastball to him twice. Last year was his highest percentage of arm side fastballs at 41%.
He strikes out Gurriel swinging. That's number 7 for Kershaw. And so now number 22 is number 23 all time on the career strikeout list, passing Mike Mussina.
53, Christian Walker.
Fastball away sets this up. Then you see the window that slider comes from. It doesn't go to the back knee of the right-handed hitter. It goes right down the middle, too low, coming off of that arm side outside corner fastball.
Now Kershaw will welcome back his nemesis, Christian Walker, who homered off Kershaw for the 5th time in his career in the 2nd inning. One ball, one strike.
He wanted that ball in, but he ended up hitting the low and away corner perfectly.
Lost that one. Now he's behind 2-1. Is there a hitter who had you like that, Oral, in the book?
Oh, there are plenty of them.
Stop.
Okay, right-handed hitter with armor on like Christian Walker has on in his left arm. I'll go Craig Biggio. Absolutely killed me. You had to go in, but then it would hit the armor. And then if you don't want to hit them, you got to go away. Well, that's where they're super strong. And yeah, Biggio, he killed me. Thanks for the nightmare.
I didn't mean to bring up old stuff for a while.
It's okay. It's a 2-2 right here. 1 out.
And a line drive base hit up the middle.
There it is. He was trying to get him inside. He leaves a curveball up and out over the plate. And those right-handed hitters that are good, powerful pull hitters, you can't make mistakes. Sometimes they hit them over the wall. Sometimes they hit them so hard your infielders can't get to them. Just a little up curveball.
Just out of his reach. Walker now 10 for 30 in his career off Kershaw. Longoria offers at the first pitch, and it's fouled away.
Like the arm side fastball again, and we saw him finish off with a slider. It just sets it up so much more when he only throws the fastball in. That's, the hitters can get used to that. I like both sides now. It's good.
Count level at 1. Couple of 16-year veterans going at it here.
Well, Clayton is compared to Sandy Koufax so often, and Sandy believed that you pitch away and you show in. You don't go in much, but in his day that was the only place for power, so he would give people their base hit to right field in pitching away. Clayton early on in his career and throughout his career has mainly been a pitch in guy, and I'll rarely go away. Completely different than Sandy's theories, and it worked for both of them.
One has a statue, another one's coming.
Yes.
3-2 after the big swing and miss from Longoria.
Both have and had curveballs from heaven that just were unbelievable drops. Sandy had more velocity ultimately. But as far as wins and earned run average, the best earned run average of all time since the dead ball era is standing on the mound right now. Second to Don Sutton in wins in the Dodger uniform at home. Second, he's third to Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale on home ERA.
And he continues to rack up the strikeouts here tonight.
He is the strikeout king. Gets another one with the slider. Gets more swings and misses now with the slider over the middle of the plate because he's throwing the arm side fastball. Most of the swings and misses used to be down and into the right-handed hitter. Now he's getting them everywhere down.
Broken bat from Carroll to second base. Vargas will throw out the speedy outfielder. A one-out base hit from Walker doesn't hurt Clayton Kershaw. Makes some history in the 4th inning. The Dodgers still have a 4-run edge. Dodgers 5, D-backs 1. Bottom 4. Bottom of the order for LA, Barnes, then Betts and Freeman. All the damage for the Dodgers in the 1st inning. A sac fly from Taylor, then a grand slam homer from Trace Thompson. All Arizona's been able to muster against Clayton Kershaw so far. Solo home run from Christian Walker. He's got a pair of hits against the left-hander who has otherwise struck out 8 D-backs already. 2-1 the count now to Austin Barnes. It may not shock Dodger fans. In fact, they probably expect to see Barnes in the lineup when Kershaw is starting. There's strike 2. It's going to be a little different this year because J.D. Martinez is in town now, the designated hitter, so there won't be as many DH days for Will Smith. Barnes, flare to the right side, and Walker goes back on it to make the catch for out 1.
Dave Roberts commented on that and just said, you know what, it just worked out this way with the day game tomorrow that, you know, there's a good relationship between Clayton Kershaw and Will Smith. And yes, we know there's a special relationship between he and Austin Barnes. But last year, if you look at the workload of Clayton's 22 starts or so, it wasn't like a 90%, 10%. It was more 60-40. And so I think that relationship with Will Smith and comfort level is there now.
Yeah.
It'll be more probably a workload issue than who's on the mound.
Smith getting a breather here in Game 3 of the season. Didn't get a ton of PT with Team USA at the World Baseball Classic, so just making sure they build him up properly. The 0-2 coming to Betts, who fouls it away.
Well, the flexibility in the rosters over the years for the Dodgers now, they're one of the really ones that have ushered in the fact that you don't always hit in the same place in the order. You don't always play in the same position. And Dave Roberts has done a masterful job throughout the years of being really one of the premier managers and one of the first managers to have to really convince players that that's the way we're going to operate. And that transition is completely finished now over the last couple of years as far as roster flexibility, position flexibility, where you're going to hit in the order. And Dave always talks about, I want to keep everybody on the roster relevant. And he's able to do that with all the flexible pieces that Andrew Friedman and the baseball department has given him.
Mookie lines out to Thomas in center, 2 away.
On Monday, be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance and receive a Julio Urias bobblehead presented by Bank of America. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. Day game tomorrow, night game on Monday. The homestand will be over. The Dodgers will hit the road. Get that Urias bobblehead Monday, though.
We got this man's bobblehead today, Freddie Freeman. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. He went to the orthodontist. He looks good. Those braces are off. Those teeth got whitened.
And doing intentional talk tomorrow on the network, they always joke, like, Freddie's got more show teeth than I do because he can afford more show teeth than I can.
Oh.
Hey, that's a million-watt smile for number 5. The best in the business. 1 for 2 tonight with a base hit and a fly out to left field. And Charlie threw out the first pitch today.
Quite an arm that young man has. Freddie showed off his arm last night, throwing a runner out at second from his knees at first.
Well, that was an awesome play.
Back to back between him and Christian Walker, half innings apart.
Gold Glover awaits the 2-1 from Bumgarner. Now ahead 3 balls and a strike. Freddie went 0 for 5 with a strikeout last night after a 2 for 4 opener. And him going hitless, that's not something you see much. It's happened only 42 times in 159 games last year for Freddie. He was mere percentage points away from a batting title in the National League. And it shouldn't surprise you. If Freddie's not hitting, the Dodgers aren't winning as much. It's 22-20 in those games. Another souvenir. The count stays full.
It's been fun to watch the Dodger faithful wrap their arms around Freddie. See his appreciative tips of the cap and smiles. It was an interesting transition for him, I'm sure. You look down at your chest for so many years and see Braves, and you look down and all of a sudden can't be Braves, but it's Dodgers.
I think that was a star-studded lesson, or reminder rather, to folks watching baseball, the human side of this game. It's not just the uniform, it's the routines, it's your home, it's your family, the staff, the security when you walk in. You got to learn a lot of names, and especially when it's not a chapter you were expecting to close, but that has since happened, and now he's a Dodger.
Every day you spend in the big leagues and every year you spend in the same organization, it's another level of relationships. The ones that you had at the beginning in the first year get deeper, and then all of a sudden it grows to all the clubhouse guys, the vendors, the ushers, the people that watch your car in the parking lot. It's huge to all of a sudden change cultures. It is really like moving to another country. And in some ways, a new language, because it is a shock. These guys during the season see the people at the ballpark
Freddie's going to go for second. Moreno's throw won't get him.
So comfortable now, his speed has increased.
That's right. I mean, he stole 13 a season ago. Here's number 1 in 2023.
Well, Mad Bum is not going with any slide step or quick delivery. He's going with the deception, and they are going to want to take a look at it, because before Freddie's foot arrives at the bag, again, the pop-up slide and the shock absorber of bending your knee when you're going to hit the bag. The tag on the elbow looks like it gets there before the foot on the bag.
Arizona is challenging the safe call at second base.
I think we got this one faster than New York. Yeah, see how the pop-up slide starts early, the shock absorber of coming up.
Yeah, deja vu for this conversation between us.
I just really would wish that baseball would consider another rule, which is treating second base and third base like they do first base. And if you don't attempt to go to the next base, if you were originally safe, then you're fine. Coming off the bag, because guys slow down to not get hurt. If they were able to come off the bag, they wouldn't slow down as much. Their foot could go over the bag.
The call is overturned. The runner is out. Arizona will retain their challenge.
Okay, so that'll be the third out of the fourth inning. To strike the stolen bag for Freddie Freeman. Dodgers still have the lead, though.
It does it. No breeze real coming into the booth. And after, you know, a night game, which is a rarity for the Dodgers, and some odd temperatures and the tarp on the field. It was an odd opening day. This is more Los Angeles and Dodger baseball as far as the temperatures.
Yeah, the flag's still out in center field. And the only breeze is really the whiffs from the Arizona bats, as Kershaw's got 8 punch-outs up to this point. But we're in the booth and we got a heater, so we're a little spoiled, Kirsten. What's it like down on the field?
Yeah, Stephen, it's a little bit breezy down here. Okay. Dave is not in his puffer coat, which he usually is, but it is a bit chillier down here. And you're right, it might be the whiffs of the Arizona bats. That could be it.
Our field reporter and chief meteorologist, Kirsten Watson, with that report. Thank you, Kirsten. That's a lead-off base hit for Nick Ahmed.
It sounded more like a fashion expert about Dave's coat.
No, that is a telltale sign. Good effort from Max, just out of his reach. Gabriel Moreno, 1 for 1 with a double. Was stranded at third base in the third inning. Hits it hard to short. Aguirre to second for a 1. The Dodgers turn 2.
Not a double play combination you expected at the beginning of the year. After the Gavin Lux injury, these two have been working tirelessly on this combo. They were even out here today working on it, and it was well done then and well done now.
Miggy to Freddie. 2 down in the 5th. Strike 1 to Alec Thomas. That's strike 2. He's got 8 home runs in his young big league career. The first one off of eventual National League Cy Young Award winner Sandy Alcantara. And now he's facing a 3-time Cy Young Award winner in Clayton Kershaw. Slash to left field. Taylor will dive and make the catch. A highlight from CT3.
There are reads at the beginning of a route, but in this route, you're reading the whole way, and boy, does he make some good adjustments.
Dodgers.com/promotions.
Doc, you're not allowed. You got the puffer coat. Save some overcoats for the rest of us, please. Now the bottom of the 5th. It'll begin with J.D. Martinez, followed by Muncy and Taylor, who made a sensational play in left field and the top half of this frame. New pitcher on the bump for Arizona, relieving Madison Bumgarner, is Kevin Ginkel. Did not get the call. His numbers from last year for Ginkel. The 1-1 Martinez, whipped on 1-2. Pitched in the opener, 2/3 of an inning, struck out 1. And the Dodgers won, and then the D-backs even the series last night. Down the line, J.D. Martinez goes. Standing up with a double to lead off the 5th is J.D. Martinez.
Picks on something up and off speed, gets the head out, rolls over a little bit, but firmly down the line for 2 bags. Another veteran over there, Jason Hayward, tooting the horn.
The freight train. Kirsten telling us the story. David Peralta bringing the celebration to LA. Big cut for Max. He whiffs on it. Dave Roberts told everybody yesterday, want to get Jason Hayward in here soon.
They have a lot of upside potential with Jason, and there's a lot of people on the staff that are very excited about the changes he's made. And sometimes when you're going through changes like that, the manager doesn't have all the pressure in the world to get you in there quickly, because the hitting coaches are like, it's starting to lock in, it's starting to lock in. Let's not get him into the midst of the competition quite yet. We've got a little more time, and when he's needed, he'll be a really integral part. So I understand that Dave wants to get him in, but I also understand there's some rhythm sometimes to making changes with different guys in the bullpen or a starter, and then also with players and veterans that are making major changes.
Ginkel sets for the 2-2 to Muncy. Max down swinging. You know, the conversation for J.D. Martinez, right? Getting comfortable, not just in your new home, but for Jason Hayward, his new swing. So J.D. has the history with Mookie Betts, one of his best friends, and Robert Van Scoyoc for Jay Hay. He's got his old buddy Freddie here to help with that part of the transition. Now it's the mechanical adjustment. Taylor on the first pitch, as he did in the first time up. A little flare out to Ketel Marte, and JD hasn't been able to go anywhere after the leadoff double.
It's one of those innings where you don't want to look back and say you wasted a leadoff double, where you could have had 2 productive outs and gotten ahead by 5. So Miguel Vargas got a chance here to rescue the inning and put across to a run.
And he continues to just get on base. 2 more times tonight. Another walk for him and a base hit.
The pace is ridiculous, but the approach is not. So you feel really good about what you're going to see from him the rest of the year. You're not going to get on base 7 out of 9 plate appearances the rest of the year, but you know what? The way he's doing it gives you a lot of confidence moving forward.
Ahead of Ginkel. Now even more so, 3 balls, no strikes. As we saw in spring when he couldn't swing the bat, doesn't have to swing the bat to be a presence and a threat. Thompson, who's got a grand slam tonight, lurking on deck. And he'll come back up to the plate with 2 aboard with 2 out in the 5th. So if you got a late start to viewing tonight, back in the 1st inning, bases loaded, goodbye. Trace Thompson in his first start, first appearance of 2023. Oh yeah, and that was, you know, handful of batters after folks thought Mookie had a leadoff home run. Fan interference made it a double. Mookie came around to score on Taylor's sac fly, and then Trace added 4 more. Hence the 5-1 lead for the Dodgers.
5 walks, a hit batter, 5 hits tonight, and they've got that production. Still got the table set right here.
Ginkel's 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes.
Sliders and changeups trying to get you to chase. Feels like it's Madison Bumgarner, but this one thrown with a right hand instead of a left.
Thompson hits it high, hits it hard, deep to left center. Thompson's left the yard again. A tray for Trace Thompson and a 7-run lead.
Three-quarters of the stadium was giving him a standing ovation. They like it when you see 2 from the same guy from the same night.
Miguel Rojas.
The second time in his career he's got a multi-home run game.
One off a lefty, one off a righty, and there is the souvenir.
One ball, 1 strike to Miguel Rojas. Trace Thompson. Grounded to short. That'll wrap up the 5th inning. Well, we got to take one more look at the second home run for Trace Thompson. He's got a slam. That's a 7-run cushion now for Clayton Kershaw, thanks to that man in center field, Trace Thompson. Quality evening so far, fair to say, Worrell?
A granny and a 3-run job, and he's got some more at bats. Yeah, this could turn into an extra special night for him.
So 8 runs backing up Kershaw, who's got 8 strikeouts. Tack on one more.
Second baseman, Ketel Marte.
Clayton just continues to pound the strike zone and put people away. Over 70% of his pitches are strikes, and a lot of them are strike 3s.
72nd pitch from Kershaw fouled away by Marte.
In his last tune-up against the Angels, he threw 74. He'll probably try to extend that a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes this inning, whatever the pitch count is, that it's his last. Last year, Clayton got off to a really hot start. First few starts, he was 4-0 with a 1.8 ERA.
Is that good?
That's way good for a guy that they were like, is he coming back?
Rojas retires Marte.
Left fielder, Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Got 3 size, an MVP, a Triple Crown, handful of ERA titles, a world title, 9 All-Star appearances.
He can do it as long as he wants, wherever he wants.
Correct.
We're glad he's still doing it here.
My brain can't even process any other uniform.
No.
1, 2, 3. He's done with 6. Kirsch is shoving as Sandy applauds from the stands. Nissan, to make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. 8-1 Dodgers before the bottom of the 6th begins. Barnes, Betts, and Freeman. Inside the Box score is brought to you by your Lexus dealers. Clayton Kershaw is, we talked about Oral, is night done after 6 innings of work. Gave up just the 1 run on 4 hits, 9 punch-outs.
Saw a little hand signal he was giving Dave Roberts there, talking about his curveball and his slider. Those 9 Ks, 5 with the slider, 3 with the curveball, and 1 with the 4-seamer.
It's ball 2 above the zone. Cole Sulser. Addition to the D-back bullpen. The role still being sorted out for Arizona. Here's Mookie's night is over as well. Jason Hayward getting loose in the on-deck circle as Barnes pops it up. Marte retreats. Thomas comes in and he'll secure the out. So we were expecting Jason Hayward's Dodger debut to come shortly. We didn't quite know it was going to be a handful of minutes after our talk about him, but here he is. We'll get to see the swing changes on the regular season stage.
Slight adjustment in the stance, a little better vision of the pitcher and the ball coming in, not as closed off. Get the hands away from his back shoulder a little bit more so they're not hidden by his head and his helmet. A little clearer path to the hitting zone. A little different weight distribution from one leg to the other. Lots to build on.
2 balls, 1 strike. It doesn't seem like that long ago we were talking about Jason Hayward as the J. Hay kid. Not a kid anymore, veteran. Broken bat. Hot shot to Walker, knocked it down, then flips it over to Sulser. 2 down in the 6th.
Good swing, good trajectory, just got in on him a little bit. The bat explodes, but that ball was well hit. Should give him a little confidence moving forward.
First baseman number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Got to feel like some weird alternate universe for any Atlanta Braves fans who might happen to be watching this. Jason Hayward retired. Here's Freddie Freeman for the Dodgers.
Those two are very good friends.
Freddie at Fan Fest in the offseason. The first thing he said, I got my friend back.
Scouts do a lot of research. Scouts find out an awful lot about people, not about just what they do on the field, but how they are off the field and in the clubhouse. But there's no better scouting report than an ex-teammate. That's got to bring back some memories from Freddie from last year.
No better place to have the people at your back.
Oh.
You know.
It's a lot of fun. Almost 4 million of them throughout the year.
Freddie down swinging. Cole Sulcer does his job in the 6th. A 1-2-3 inning of work. Clayton Kershaw saying goodbye. Quality day. Time now for Who's In, Who's Out, brought to you by In-N-Out Burger. Kershaw out. Ray Jackson in. Top of the 7th inning. The Dodgers up 8-1 for Kershaw. Did 76 pitches, 56 strikes, so 6 full frames, 1 earned on 4 hits, no walks, 9 strikeouts. The only blemish, solo home run allowed to Christian Walker. It's Walker who will begin the night for Jackson.
Well, Andre Jackson showed his face here last year and did really well and continued that dominance in spring training this year, making the club pretty much penciled in to be a bullpen piece almost right from the beginning of spring. I really like his live arm, the 4-pitch mix. He looks like a guy who could really make an impact out of the bullpen or in the rotation. I love the loose athletic body. It looks like the eye-hand coordination is one that even on the rough nights he's going to be able to make adjustments and really be able to spin the ball.
Jason Hayward pinch hit for Mookie Betts. He's taking his place in right field. Max, get up! Takes away a knock from Walker.
Help around the field everywhere. We saw Jason Hayward locking in on every pitch. Well, Max Muncy, the same concentration and some ups that were necessary.
Andre appreciates. Now Evan Longoria. Longoria probably thrilled to see Kershaw out of the game as he falls behind Jackson 0-2. There's 2 of the 9 strikeouts for Kersh tonight.
We got Kyle Lewis 3 times.
Yeah. Jackson's 0-2. Do it again.
Sometimes in a big league clubhouse, you go into the food room, grab your post-game meal, and you'll sit next to guys that kind of had the same night. So Lewis and Longoria might be sitting next to each other for dinner after.
Holds up. There's ball 1 high. Longoria, born in Downey. That's right. Spent the first 7 years of my life. And then he went to Bosco High School, Rio Hondo College, before he became a dirtbag at Long Beach State. Now plenty of dirt in those cleats after 15 years in the big leagues. His first with Arizona. Toss ball 2 inside, count level.
Andre with a fastball, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup.
Grounded foul, stays 2-2.
He is definitely a challenge out there on the mound. He can make it bend both ways, change speeds, get it up to 96, sometimes 97 miles an hour.
The foul ball from Longoria. Yeah, we've seen from Andre that versatility, what he can bring to a pitching staff, a necessary weapon for a long 162 game season. Now the 2-2. Now we're full.
All 3 of his off-speed pitches have really good depth, whether it's a slider at 89 going right to left, the curveball going right to left but more down at 81, and then the changeup goes into the right-handed hitter. There's the changeup at 86. So you go from 95, 96 all the way down to 81 with the curveball. That speed differential will definitely be something that they'll swing and miss at. With about a 7-mile-an-hour differential, you can take a fair ball and turn it into a foul ball. You get bigger than 10 or 11 difference, and you can get swings and misses.
10th pitch to Longoria. Grounder to Max Muncy through the wickets.
It's probably going to be an error. Max would tell you that he should have had it, unless it took a funny hop on him at the end. It's definitely got that serious top spin on it, but yeah, he just clanks it off the heel of the glove there. Might have got a good piece of him because he's still leaning over.
Yep. So he had the leaping catch against Walker, and then the flip side of the coin against Longoria. So after the E5, runner aboard, 1 out for Corbin Carroll. Carroll was 2 for 4 in the D-backs win on Friday. 6th multi-hit game of his young 34-game career. 1 ball, 1 strike on him. We've touched on the maturity of this 22-year-old. So where does that come from? Who the influences, you know, aside from his family, the D-backs, he spent a lot of time with Dave McKay, the first base coach. There's the 1-1. Brings it strike 2. McKay, one of the things that he told Carroll was, you're young, you can learn something from anyone, whether it's a veteran or a fellow young guy who maybe isn't as talented as you. You can pick up stuff along the way, and that's going to help extend your big league career. Jackson strikes him out.
Where the change in speed and a little bit of depth helps you. The location is not where he wants it, but you can see they miss it. Swing right over top of it.
Oro, you know what time it is?
I think it's time for a hamburger, but it's a jumbo jack.
That's
hamburger.
right. That was 10 for the Dodgers. Celebrate it tomorrow by going to Jack in the Box for a free jumbo jack, and you just got to buy a large beverage. Help wash down the jumbo jack.
All LA area restaurants. Not all, just Jack in the Box.
And be sure when you get it to say thank you to Clayton Kershaw and Andre Jackson. Checks on Longoria.
We give away a lot of jumbo jacks with this pitching staff.
Yeah. gotta take care of the Dodger fans. You know, keep it fueled up for the long year.
They do.
That's taken the other way by Ahmed, but Hayward is there to make the catch. Oh, the error on Muncy. Nah, who cares? We're stretching. It's been a night for the Dodgers so far. 8-1 as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th. Clayton Kershaw good. Trace Thompson good. Got to commit to the bit. Some snacks for you, Oral. Just be careful of the powder on the
donuts
blue
on my blue sweater.
Well, you got to wait till tomorrow for the Jack in the Box.
Okay.
Right? The Jumbo Jack.
That's
so you
right.
got
I appreciate this.
JD Martinez, first pitch of the inning, goes the other way. Welcome to LA, JD.
First at bat was not memorable. The last two have been. The first one was a strikeout in an RBI situation with a man on third and first. This one, Oppo first pitch, power, a double and a home run.
I mean, you say AO. No. Let's see. When I alley, you oop. 9-1 in the 7th. There's Max Muncy. Big swing, big miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down in the dirt. Or let me ask you this. I know obviously different. JD's a hitter. You're a pitcher. But you have been in new organizations, different organizations during your career. And it's one thing to spend time and settle in, but sometimes you need accomplishments. You need a moment to really feel a part of the team. Is that fair?
You really do, and especially the relationship with the fans, because you do hear the cheers, you do hear the silence, and then hopefully you don't ever hear boos. And so, yeah, to put some numbers on the board, either with your arm or with your bat, it's a lot of fun to have that relationship. And then when you pass all these new relationships from clubhouse guys to teammates to traveling secretary, it feels a lot better when you know you've helped the team already.
Spoken like somebody who's been helped by Scott Akasaki a time or two before.
Yeah. Scott does an outstanding job with the Dodger travel. And learn from the best, the great Billy Delury.
0-2 on Taylor, who is 0 for 2, but he's had the sac fly in the first inning. The Dodgers up 1-0. Be up 5 at the end of that frame, and they have not looked back since. A tap to the right side, Solcer. Yep, 2 away. Let's take a look at the Nissan calendar for a moment. Just what's on tap. The series finale against the D-backs tomorrow afternoon here at Dodger Stadium. 1 p.m. first pitch is what's scheduled. Joe and Oral will have the call. Kirsten as well. And then the Rockies, who began the year with a couple of wins on the road at Petco Park. 2-0 is Colorado. 0-2 are the Padres. They're playing right now at 6-4 San Diego in the 8th inning.
You know, we mentioned Scott Akasaki and his rise through the Dodger organization. My last year with the Dodgers in 2000, he was the parking lot attendant at USC to welcome me to the winter workouts that we were having at USC for the Dodgers. And he moved all the way from there in 2000 to being the travel secretary and executive now. I remember introducing myself as I pulled the car in. I think because I had a rental car, he was a little odd that said, I didn't think Oral Hershiser would have this level of car.
Humble roots.
Now I just ask him for a nice seat on the plane or a decent hotel room that's not too noisy.
Fouled away by Miguel Vargas. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got it.
What now?
No, I got a text from Scott, but I can't.
Oh.
You know,
Can't say it.
no, I can't. I just, as a new person, I don't know what's in bounds, what's out.
Well, let me read it, and I'll tell you if you can say it. Okay, yes, it was. It was a Ford Taurus.
Okay, all right.
What a memory that Scott has.
And we've hit our season quota on Scott mentions. Here's the 3-2 to Vargas. Lifted to left, but right where Gurriel was standing. Flashback to the beginning of that frame, though. JD Martinez, his first Dodger home run. A couple of newcomers saying hello.
Thursday on an all-new Backstage Dodgers presented by Cadillac, outfielder James Outman is mic'd up before an opening day at Dodger Stadium. His first Major League start in this beautiful stadium. Evan Phillips spends time at home with his wife Liz and discusses a role in the bullpen this season. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers or any pitch that we have here, presented by Cadillac, Thursday after the postgame.
Top of the 8th, Dodgers 9, D-backs 1. Fly ball from Moreno to center field, where you see James Outman has come into the game. Trace Thompson now in left. And Chris Taylor has moved to the infield now at third base. Sorry if I scared anybody for a moment, just mentioning Outman in center, maybe making you think that Trace Thompson with 2 home runs was taken out of the game and he's set to lead off the next inning. No, Trace is still in there. Alec Thomas popped up. That's Rojas's ball. 2 out.
Designated hitter number 1, Kyle Lewis.
If you're playing first base or third base, you cannot come to the middle of the field and say, that's Miguel's, that's Miguel's.
No. Mickey, you can't even say Mickey.
Can't say Mickey. Yeah. You better go with the last name or just hold the other guy out of the way.
Kyle Lewis, again, he had the big pinch hit home run helping the D-backs take game 2 of this series last night. 0 for 3 here in game 3. All 3 outs, the strikeout.
You're not seeing a lot of pitches in the heart of the plate from Andre. You're seeing a lot of things on either edge with some movement. Outer half with great life right there and depth.
Two balls, 2 strikes for Jackson on Lewis. Lined into the gap in right center. Lewis will jog towards second base, and he has a double.
You can watch him run on this double, and you know the wheels have changed. He's kind of dragging that right leg a little bit. Boy, if he keeps hitting mistakes like that, though, he can run as fast or as slow as he wants.
The thing that's really impressed his teammates and coaches so far in his brief time with the D-backs is he knows who he is now. He is not holding on to the 5-tool talent he once was, and that takes a level of maturity to do that. And he looks like he could be an impact bat for Arizona as the season goes along. Jackson strands the 2-out double to go to the bottom of the 8th at Dodger Stadium. The play of the game is brought to you by your Southern California Volkswagen dealers. Trace Thompson, the grand slam in the first, so check that, or it's the plays of the game.
For sure, racking up the RBIs. This guy is starting off his 2023 in a big way with some long balls.
7 driven in tonight, career high, and 2 off the all-time record for the Dodgers in a single game. 9, that record shared by Bill Hodges in 1950 and James Loney in 2006. Thompson leading off the bottom of the 8th. Carlos Vargas, flame-throwing right-hander out of the bullpen. A 1-0 from Vargas coming to Thompson. It's in there for a strike. Former second-round pick is Trace for the White Sox back in 2009 out of Santa Margarita High School. 3 years between big league appearances. When we talk about his journey, no way. No way! Trace Thompson, stop it! For the 3rd time, Trace Thompson goes deep, 440 feet.
Number 11, Miguel Rojas.
The 3 years that he didn't play in the big leagues probably seems a long way away right now. Wow. All he needs is a 2-run shot in his next at bat for a home run cycle.
Let's go. Let's start moving the line, boy.
They want him out of the dugout. They were trying to get him out of the dugout, and he came out and said hi.
Nothing but love for that guy. The way he is built. We talked about it earlier. You can't talk about it enough. And not just the home runs, but the work put in to bring him back to this spot. Again, this is his baseball life since 2018. Claimed off waivers by the Yankees from the Dodgers in April 2018. Claimed off waivers by the A's 2 days later. Traded to the White Sox for cash. Signed with Cleveland in the offseason, a whole year in AAA Columbus. We had 24 home runs. Was released in August of 2019. Signed with the D-backs in the offseason. Didn't play in 2020 because there was no minor league season. Was traded to the Cubs for cash in May of 21. Signed with the Padres in March of 22. Released in May. Signed with Detroit 5 days later. Then traded to the Dodgers for cash in June of 22. And we've seen what he's been able to do in Dodger blue since then. And again, you could pick out several different points where I would have said, I'm out. Enough of this. Not Trace Thompson. I wonder what they're going to talk about on the post-game show tonight. John Hartung will talk about the San Diego State Aztecs winning in the Final Four. Jerry Harrison Jr. and Nomar Garciaparra. Then the conversation will make it to Trace Thompson and Clayton Kershaw tonight. ground ball from Jason Hayward. That had some spin on it. Tough play from Marte, but he makes it and then avoids the collision along the line. A trio for Trace Thompson. 3 home runs. Since Mookie Betts did it in August of 2020 here at Dodger Stadium against San Diego. A grand slam, a 3-run shot, and a solo blast. All right, well, I don't know if Kevin Bacon's in the building tonight.
Okay.
Well, you ready for a little 6 degrees of separation here?
I'm ready.
I have to do this for the family. Okay, so my sister Kimmy is married to Matt, so my brother-in-law that's fouled away. Matt, his aunt Maria, has a daughter Jillian. Jillian is married to Trace.
That's less than 6 degrees of separation.
I tried to stretch it.
Really good. But I get your point.
And Roman, Daddy's having a night.
Yeah.
A special one for Thompson.
And isn't it nice that you're a Dodger broadcaster now, and it happened that you could be extra excited for those 3 home runs?
And I think I owe him something for the good times here. Plenty of run support for Clayton Kershaw on his season debut. But he didn't need it. Just gave up the 1 solo home run to Christian Walker. Ground ball. Andre knew better than to play that one with his pitching hand. Let that one get cleaned up in the middle of the infield. 1 down in the 9th.
You've really condensed the family highlight film at holidays. You know, you guys could go, here's a highlight of my career and Trace's at the same time.
Pinch hitter, number 11, Jose Herrera.
Jose Herrera will come off the bench for Torey Lovello. Looks like Clayton Kershaw, feel comfortable saying this one. Thanks to Brian. The Dodgers all-time win leaders list. You mentioned Don Sutton, 233. Don Drysdale, 209. Kershaw was sitting on 197 going into today. So he inches closer to 200. Past Mike Mussina on the all-time strikeout list. Now Kershaw stands alone, 23rd all-time. And affected the lumber, but it's sinking. Jason Hayward will slide in to make a play. 2 out.
We've seen Max Muncy leap high. We've seen Chris Taylor busted in from left field and catch a line drive from his shoestrings in. Now Jason Hayward, who came in as a pinch hitter and a defensive replacement, shows his leather very well with this sliding grab.
Geraldo Perdomo to the game last half inning on defense. Get a chance to swing the bat. Jackson delivers the 0-2. High fly ball. Hayward waving everybody off. This one much easier than the last. That's a win for LA. 10-1 the final. The Dodgers move to 2-1.
Trace and Clayton will steal the headlines, but Andre Jackson gets himself a save and a very nice footnote to this Dodger victory.
And now a Sunday matinee to lock up the series tomorrow at 1. 10-1 the final. Clayton Kershaw made the start. Trace Thompson supplied all the finishing punches in a 10-1 victory. Now stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers. John Hartung, Jerry Harrison Jr., Nomar Garcia-Parra, and the crew got you covered. For Oral and our crew, I'm Stevie. Have a night, Trace.